Jai Hind students. Today we will be starting a new chapter, that is human resources, and the basic learning objective or behind doing this chapter is that we will understand how human beings are a nation's greatest resource. We will also learn about distribution of population, density of population, factors affecting distribution of population, and so on. So let us start. So the first thing we will understand is what is the human resource. See, people are a nation's greatest resource, and nature's bounty becomes significant only when people find it useful. It is the people with their demands and their abilities that turn anything into a resource. Hence, human resource is the ultimate resource. Healthy, educated, and motivated people, they develop resources as per their requirement, and human resources, like other resources, are also not equally distributed all around the world. Next is distribution of population. Now, what is distribution of population? The way in which people are spread across the earth's surface is known as the distribution of population. Then we know that 90% of the world's population, they live in about 30% of the land surface, and the distribution of population in the world is extremely uneven. Some areas are very crowded, some are sparsely populated, and if we talk about the crowded areas, they are South and Southeast Asia, Europe, and so on. And then very few people, they live in tropical deserts or in the high mountains or in areas of equatorial forest, and the population is much more in few places, in the plain areas. Many more people also live north of the equator than south of the equator, and almost 3/4 of the world's people, they live in two continents, that is Asia and Africa. 60% of the world's people, they live in just 10 countries, and all of them have more than 100 million people. Now, this is the map in which it will be more clear. We will be discussing about this in the live class. The next topic is density of population. Now, what is density of population? It means the number of people living in a unit area of the earth's surface. For example, in India, the average density of population is 382 people per square kilometers. And if we talk about the world, it is 51 persons per square kilometers. And South Central Asia has the highest density of population, followed by East and Southeast Asia. The next is difference between distribution of population and density of population. So distribution of population we have already done. It refers to the presence of a population in a region of a country, and it shows scattered data of population in a region composed of diverse cultures, religion, and people. Density is the number of people living in per square kilometer. Then, what are the factors affecting distribution of population? So, if we talk about the geographical factors, the first one is topography. Topography means people always, they prefer to live on the plains rather than on the mountains or in the plateaus, because these areas are suitable for farming. For example, we have done in class 7 also, the Ganga plains are the most densely populated areas of the world, while the mountains like Andes or Alps or Himalayas are less populated or sparsely populated. This term is itself understood. Next is climate. People usually, they avoid extreme climates like extreme hot or extreme cold, and they prefer to live in climates which are suitable. If we talk about Sahara Desert, if we talk about the polar regions, people do not prefer to live in those areas because it is extremely cold or hot. The next is soil. As we know that fertile soil provides suitable land for agriculture, and fertile plains such as Ganga and Brahmaputra in India, and then in other parts of the world like Nile in Egypt, etc., are thus densely populated. The next one is water. Now people prefer to live in the areas where fresh water is easily available. For example, the river valleys of the world are thus densely populated, whereas the deserts have sparse population. Then we have the next is minerals. Areas with mineral deposits are more populated. Diamonds, for example, diamond mines of South Africa and discovery of oil in the Middle East has led to people settling in these areas. So this is about the geographical factors. Next is socio-cultural and economic factors. Now, areas of better housing, education, health facilities, they are densely populated. For example, Pune, where we find all these things. If we talk about cultural places, like places which are very popular with religion or have cultural significance, like if we talk about our city Varanasi, if we talk about Vatican City, they are good examples where people are or they stay in a lot of numbers. Third is economic, like the industrial areas, as they provide employment to the people. More and more people, or large number of people, are attracted to these areas to work. So Osaka in Japan and Mumbai in India are two densely populated areas. So this is all in the first module. We'll be talking about the doubts in the live class. Till then, Jai Hind.